You know, I like to think of light as a metaphor for human potential, to describe the energy within us that drives us forward. Imagine, if you will, that there is a lit candle within each and every one of us. And that strong internal flame represents what we have to offer the world, the great things we can accomplish with our lives, and the good we can do as human beings when we are at full power. Now, unfortunately for 1 billion women and girls, their unique and powerful inner light is made to flicker and fade because of malnutrition. Now, why is that? You know, malnutrition affects all kinds of people all around the world, but women and girls are especially vulnerable. Now, they're all too often kept down at the bottom ladder, pushed down, held back, and kept at the bottom rungs, where poverty, malnutrition, and vulnerability combine in a vicious circle. Now, in many places around the world today, even when there is enough to eat, women eat last and they eat least. And the message that sends to girls is that they're less important than boys. Now, from a human standpoint, this is a self-defeating message. You know, some of the most powerful figures in my life who helped shape my values, my beliefs, why I fight, and why I'm here are women. From my grandmother, Anne, to my mother, Hilary, to my wife, Petra, and my daughter, Kate. Without strong women, you cannot have strong men. Yet for millions of women and girls, malnutrition is a landslide on the road of life. It blocks their access to health, to education, opportunity, and possibility. It is an unjust and unnecessary tax that robs them of their power and potential, and it prevents all of us from benefiting from their full light. 1 billion women and girls, 1 billion candles worth of full light in a world that's sometimes pretty dark. That's an unacceptable and unaffordable loss to all of humanity. And that's something all of us have to work to change. Men and boys are a critical part of that solution as well. So this is really much more than just improving the health and well-being of these women and girls. This is about unleashing a massive transformational force for creating good in the world, and one our entire planet desperately needs if we're going to move forward as one human family. Now, let me tell you why. Nutrition is essential for human survival. Without it, you cannot have a strong immune system, but it's also essential for the growth and development of your brain. So when girls get the nutrition they need, they stay in school longer, they learn more, they go on to earn more, and they spend more of that money on children, education, health. Like, we all know education is a vaccine against poverty, but if you're malnourished from the beginning, your ability to learn is compromised before you even get through the front door of a school. Now, healthy and well-nourished mothers, as we all know, have safer pregnancies and they go on to have healthier children, right? Because they had the right start from the beginning. But before they became mothers, they were adolescent girls, and before that, they were girls. And regardless of whether or not they go on to get pregnant at some point, adolescent girls have deep vulnerabilities to nutrition, and they are by and large neglected. That's something we have to change too. So when women and girls have knowledge, they have resources, and they have the power to choose, they make good choices. They make healthier choices. They become nutrition champions, and they become forces for illumination that light up the world around them, their families, their communities, and their societies. And so, you know, really, if this is all so obvious, why do we still tolerate this massive loss of human potential? Well, the answer is, so far the world has not prioritized women and girls' nutrition. Right? Only 1% of overseas development assistance goes for nutrition, and half of 1% of high-burden country budgets go to support domestic need. So it really shouldn't be a surprise to any of us that of all the global targets for women and girls in nutrition, those ones are the farthest off track. So what's it going to take to end this neglect? Well, it's going to take conversations like these. It's going to take gatherings like Women Deliver. And it's going to take people like us letting the world know that it is urgent that we tackle women's nutrition now as a global priority. So here's some things that we can do. If you're a journalist or a campaigner or an advocate, raise your voice and shine a light on women and girls' nutrition. Demand greater investment. If you work for an organization that's delivering services, think about how nutrition can be integrated in the work you do and ask, are we missing opportunities to empower women and girls? If you're a decision maker at country level, think about how to put women and girls' nutrition at the heart of planning, budgeting, policy, and action. And if you're a donor, thank you for your increasing interest in women and girls' nutrition. That's something to build on, so let's take it up a notch, and with intention and determination, let's do whatever it takes to remove the brakes of malnutrition holding women and girls back. If we put all of our voices together to drive this issue forward, we can fundamentally change the status quo for women and girls. We can reverse a massive injustice, tackle a foundational issue in women's empowerment, and move towards a much, much better world. Can you imagine what would happen if we could help light the full candle power of 1 billion women and girls through good nutrition? Can you imagine a world where all women and girls were healthy, strong, and thriving? Do you want to see that world? I said, do you want to see that world? Well, so do I. And let's make it happen. Let's focus on women's nutrition now. Thank you very much.